Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're going to look at something, well, kind of surprising.
Okay.
It's a really clever way to date ancient stuff.
Oh.
Even just like plain old stones.
Okay.
You might think we've got it all figured out when it comes to old rocks.
Yeah.
But get this. There's this fascinating technique called thermoluminescence.
Exactly. Yeah. You might assume
Yeah.
that dating ancient stones is like a settled science, right?
Right.
But thermoluminescence offers like a really intriguing new angle.
Okay, so let's unpack this. Thermoluminescence, we'll call it TL for short.
Sure.
TL helps us figure out when an object, even a stone, was last exposed to sunlight. Think about that. Dating a rock based on its last sun bath.
I know, it's amazing.
That's crazy.
It's wild. And the science behind it is fascinating.
Okay, so tell me about the science.
So everything around us
Yeah.
is constantly hit by cosmic radiation.
Yeah.
High energy particles just like zipping through space.
Yeah.
And when an object is kept in the dark, it starts trapping electrons that get knocked out of place by this radiation.
So it's like the object is catching these tiny particles and
Okay.
holding onto the evidence.
Yeah, it's like a little trap.
In the dark.
Precisely.
Okay.
Then, when that object is exposed to heat or even sunlight again, those trapped electrons are released, and they give off this tiny flash of light. That's the thermoluminescence.
Oh, wow.
And the brighter the light, the longer the object was in the dark, accumulating all those electrons.
So it's like an atomic clock. That sunlight resets.
It really is, yeah.
That's incredible. So how does this help us date, say, an old carved stone?
Well, let's connect this to archaeology.
Okay.
Imagine a stone being carved, right?
Okay.
Out in the open, under the sun,
Yeah.
the moment that carving is finished. And the stone is placed inside, say, a tomb, or used to build a wall.
Yeah.
It's shielded from sunlight, right?
Got
That last exposure to the sun.
Yeah.
During the carving process,
Yeah.
it was a datable event.
So the act of carving essentially hits the reset button
Exactly.
on this thermoluminescence clock.
Yeah.
For the stone's surface.
You got it.
Wow. So has this technique ever overturned any
absolutely.
long-held assumptions
Sure.
in archaeology?
Yeah, for example, thermoluminescence has helped refine the dating
Mm-hmm.
of certain ancient pottery and even some stone tools where other methods were less precise.
I see. Okay.
So, in the context of your question about carved stones, right?
Yeah.
If that freshly carved surface is then kept in darkness, it starts accumulating those electrons like anew.
Right.
And by carefully analyzing
Mm-hmm.
the light emitted from a tiny sample of that surface, when we heat it,
Yeah.
we can estimate how long it's been since that carving occurred.
Okay. Given this potential to pinpoint when a stone was last in the sun, what are the practical limitations?
That's a crucial question. One key factor is that light doesn't penetrate very far into the stone.
Oh, okay.
So when we take a sample, we have to be absolutely sure we're sampling the outer layer that was exposed to sunlight during carving. If we accidentally sample material from deeper inside the stone, we'd be dating when the rock itself was last shielded from radiation, which would be millions of years before any carving took place.
Wow.
It requires very, very careful sampling.
Okay, so to be clear, thermoluminescence dating works by measuring the light released when a stone's surface is heated, telling us when it was last exposed to sunlight. For
Right.
carved stones kept in darkness, that exposure was likely during the carving. But you have to be incredibly precise
You do.
about where you take your sample.
Exactly. It's a powerful tool. But like any scientific technique, it has its nuances.
Yeah.
Requires careful application. But the advantage is it allows us to potentially date events that didn't leave behind organic materials for carbon dating.
Oh, right.
You see?
Wow, this really makes you think, if we can date the last time a stone saw the sun, what other seemingly undateable historical objects might hold similar?
That's a great question.
Hidden clocks, just waiting for the right technique to reveal their secrets. It opens up a whole new way of looking at the past.
It does.
Thanks for shedding light on this.
Happy to. Thanks for having me.